I will say, to your guys' points, Iona had a couple players drafted. The Big Ten has had at least one. Who has not had a single player drafted in the Major League Rugby in the last two drafts is freaking Cal, guys.
Yeah.
Where the hell is Cal? They're premier rugby program in the nation. And they've had 0 players drafted out of that program to go into the MLR. The best player to come out of Cal who plays in the MLR now is probably Christian Dyer, who was drafted in the supplemental draft, which he did go to play some sevens, I think, first. He was playing with the Eagles. Actually taken by Rugby New York in the supplemental draft, but didn't join the team that year. And then Sam Casano, who went last year's supplemental draft to Old Glory DC. So Sam Golla, who I mentioned earlier, might end up being the first Cal player ever drafted. Is that crazy to you guys? Am I weird for not, understanding why the best rugby program probably historically in the country has had nobody go to the MLR yet through the draft process?
It is surprising. I will say Troy Lockyer was signed by New York after the draft. So even though he wasn't drafted, I think he's probably the best player. I'd put him ahead of Christian Dyer just because he's had more matches under his belt at this point.
That's a tough call. Christian Dyer has looked really good for the Eagles, and he played really well in Houston. And Troy Lockyer is somewhat injury prone, and I did watch him throw a line out pass, try to do it quick, and threw it directly to the other team one game, and I haven't been able to forgive him for that. That was like a season or two ago, I think.
It was just a bad moment for Troy. Troy is an outstanding athlete with insane conditioning and an insane work ethic. He's going to come back better than ever from his injury.
I'm not knocking Troy Lockyer.
I understand.
He's a magician.
He's definitely been battling. He's the magician.
No, it's crazy to me, guys. I don't know. I don't get it.
It is a little bit weird. I mean, it's hard to imagine. There's got to be something behind the scenes that we're missing, that they're like, we don't need to draft the Cal guys. If we want the Cal guys, we'll make them come to our team in other ways. But I guess you have to also talk about Cal in the sense that they may not have the best athletes. It's just an amazing system. It's a system that works so well and is able to dominate time of possession and just destroy teams and score so quickly that maybe these MLR teams, and when they're analyzing players, are like, hey, it's less about one guy on that team. It's more the fact that they play so well together. So I am surprised, but I do think there are some better athletes out there outside of Cal that, teams maybe want to take a stretch on more.